may have been arguably the greatest dunk we may see. I don't want to say all season long because it's still early here, folks, but the Celtics get the win. That dunk just brought chills throughout all of us. You heard Scal on the call. 138-129, the final over the Chicago Bulls. Welcome into Celtics postgame live. Kayla Burton, Chris Forsberg, Eddie House. Eddie, that dunk was outrageous. It's outrageous.
He was letting everybody know who the real Jaylen was. You know what I mean? Hey, come here, Jaylen. I don't like the way you spell it. You know what I mean? At the same time, guess what? I'm finna dunk on you. And at the same time that I'm finna dunk on you, I'm gonna say something to you after that. And I love that. I love all of that activity. I love all of that action. That's a statement. That was a big statement. And, you know, things kind of change from there.
It's the holiday season, Kayla. And
yes, it is.
It just seems disrespectful. I mean, this man probably has a family. And, like, he's got to go home and face his children after this, right? Like, oh, man. I mean, we've seen JB do some crazy dunks, but that was pretty outrageous. If nothing else, he had to change his goggles after that one because, whew.
To me, it was the setup. Like, it was the slow, I'm going to get, like, let me just have a sec, and then boom. Like, Eddie, did you see it coming? I don't know if I saw that one coming.
Yeah, once he got his feet together, once he came around that corner, once he came off that, rejection screen, and he went up, it was curtains. And Forsberg, I like that because 'tis the season to be giving. And he gave us a fantastic dunk and put it on, put it on the other Jaylen the right way. He gave him a gift.
I think our friends at Zenny make some goggles. Maybe we can get him a new pair.
Yeah, he's rebranding after that.
He's going to want to throw those away immediately.
Jaylen Brown was giving, 21 tonight, 7 of 21 from the field, 4 of 10 from the three. And that dunk just solidified it. But, of course, a 1-point difference going into the fourth quarter, and who else but Peyton Pritchard decided to put on a show. We talked about him being the sixth-man leader so far this season. It made sense tonight. He finished with 29 points. He stands by with Abby Chin after the game.
Peyton, you guys close out what was a close game. Big plays up and down the lineup. What gives you guys so much belief in those moments?
I mean, we just been there so many times that, we never get rattled. And even being down 5, 10, 15, it don't matter. Like, we're going to play the right way and keep battling it out. And it shows, our experience shows.
Season high for you, but 19 in the fourth quarter. What was your approach going in? Did you know you'd have to play the whole thing?
Nah, honestly, I keep the same approach every game. Just be aggressive. Be ready to take my shots, attack the rim, make the right play. So I try to do whatever it takes to help my team win. So I was fortunate to get it done tonight.
For those of us who will never experience something like that, what does it feel like to go on a heater like you did there?
Well, to do it in an arena full of fans in an arena, it's special. But in my long days in the summer, I do that daily. So it's another day.
What were you telling everybody? I'm here?
Yeah, I guess. I black out in those moments, so something like that.
To close the game, Joe drew up a play for Sam. How much were you guys thinking about the NBA Cup and keeping your hopes alive?
It's what we were exactly thinking about. It's like we're trying to get in. And we know we have to win, get in with the wild card. So we want to play in Vegas and have a chance to win that tournament. And so we'll give ourselves the best chance.
Did what you could tonight, Peyton. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
He blacks out, guys. He blacks out. But you know what? I'll take him blacking out every single night because if he ends up with 19 in the fourth quarter, 29 alone, 7 threes, he was just unbelievable here tonight as we welcome in Drew and Scal. And Scal, I got to admit, I want to get to Peyton Pritchard, but your reaction to Jaylen Brown and that dunk sent me.
Oh. Yeah, I kind of blacked out, too. Drew, he knows a lot more about blacking out than I do. What's it like to black out?
Here, I knew he was going to say that. I set you up. My bad.
I haven't blacked out that much in a while, but Drew.
Last night? This was crazy. I wish we had the booth cam here in Chicago because obviously we went nuts. That was just ridiculous. Like,
yeah, that's a body bag.
Hey, we haven't really seen him do it that much this year, Kayla. We saw it a ton last season. Gobert being the most notable victim.
Yeah.
He hasn't done it a lot this season, but that was a great way to start his body-snatching ways this year.
It was incredible, and it was fun to see too, especially that fourth quarter, right, where they just had to separate themselves. A 1-point game, and Peyton Pritchard, you guys, really just set the tone, and of course, to no surprise.
Yeah, well, I mean, he gets free. All of a sudden, he can just start, he can go on a heater. And we know what he's capable of, the work he puts in, one of the most confident guys in the league. And if I was another team, like they were probably thinking, well, no Derek White. He's the guy that you got to take care of. Peyton Pritchard, he took all those shots and he delivered them.
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard, it's a good point about Derek White because you mentioned it during the game, Scal. Typically, he's the guy who, you kind of want the rock in his hands. Obviously, the Celtics have two superstars in the Jays, but Derek White, if you really watch down the stretch of these games, he does a lot of the ball handling. I mean, plays like this, it's insane how dialed in Peyton Pritchard is. He's got one of the tightest handles in the league, and he is really about these big moments. And I love what he said to Abby. Like, you see it in the arena full of fans now, but this is every day for this guy. I mean, it's to the point where if I walk into the gym at the hotel and don't see Peyton Pritchard, I'm like, is something wrong? What's the problem? Because he is always in there. He's working on his body. He's obviously working on his skills and his fundamentals. And to be Peyton Pritchard at 6'1", to be contributing at this level for a team this good, it tells you all you need to know.
And I want to, add to that. Like, if you look at life, right, the 6'1" white guy from Oregon, he's already won life. But in his mind, it's not over. Like, in his mind, he thinks he's going to be an all-star. He wants to be an all-NBA player. That's how he thinks. Where we all look at him and like, wow, you're absolutely amazing. What you're capable of doing, he looks at himself as like, I got so much more to grow. And that's how he goes into the gym every day. Like, he goes into the gym like he's a legacy player, like he's playing to become a Hall of Famer. And we're looking at him like, man, this is amazing what you've done so far, and it's not a big deal to him.
All right, Scal, you ready for the scenarios? You ready to get your calculator? No, come on, man.
Not really.
Well, we're going to start with here are the standings in Group C.
I know what the standings are.
Well, Scal, we got to tell the people. I know you know, but I want to make sure the people at home know. The Hawks and Celtics both finish at 3-1. Hawks win Group C based on the head-to-head tiebreaker. But here's the important part. We're now looking at Groups A and Group B. So the Celtics need Orlando to beat the Knicks on Tuesday night, and then it will come down to the differential in the Detroit-Milwaukee game. And so it can swing either way. It doesn't matter which way it goes, but it's got to be at least a 6-point victory either way. The Celtics are at plus 23 now, and they need either the Bucks or Detroit to come down to them. So
give me a real number. If the Bucks win by what, we're in?
6.
Or
if the Pistons win by 6.
Yeah.
Because you just need whoever doesn't win that group, so whoever is in that wild card mix.
Too much.
How is this confusing? Whoever is not.
Hey,
what about
Scal,
the Knicks
I'm right here with you. Look.
Because the Celtics will have a better differential than the Knicks.
The Knicks won't matter. The Knicks will be out. So Orlando, as long as Orlando takes care of the Knicks, they're done. It comes down to the Celtics got to get better point differential than either Detroit or Milwaukee by the time the loser of that game. So buckle up. Jaylen Brown strap,
the NBA
buckle
Cup
in.
is crazy. The NBA Cup is crazy. That the Celtics are looking at the Pistons, and we're like actually competing against the Pistons.
I'll tell you this though, I was sitting in my hotel room on Black Friday watching a Hawks-Cavs game at 2:30 in the afternoon because of the NBA Cup. So it's all about the cup, baby.
Hey, man, damn all that point differential and all that. I'm going to tell you a differential that I like to see is that we are closing that gap with points in the paint.
Talk to him, Eddie.
And it was 52-50. And I don't like seeing us lose by 20. You lose by 2, okay, cool. You lose by 8, that's cool. Kristaps Porzingis is allowing us to close that gap because he's able to take away points in the paint and he's able to give us points in the paint because where he scores from. So I like that. And then let me ask y'all this. So, because we were talking about differential, but let me ask you this. In the second half, did you see a different awareness defensively for the Celtics? Because I felt like they ratcheted up defensively in the second half. They gave a lot of open shots in the first half. Second half, it was totally different.
Yeah, they just impacted the ball. Way more ball pressure, way more high hands, way more deflections, things like that. Things that like a lot of people don't see, but they make a massive difference when you're just that much closer, pressure in the basketball.
Yeah, just an overall great night for this team, especially to close it out in the fourth the way they did.